Bonjour, Danielle Davis here with part 2 of the presentation that I gave at ACTFL 2019 with Kelly Arispe in Washington, D.C. When I left off, I was talking about that we need to re-envision the model for K-5 language instruction, and that if we can reimagine the schedule and the structure and combine it with a mastery focus, that we truly can give all students a way to wade in, push off, and start swimming toward a future of biliteracy in English and another language by the time they graduate from high school, which is something that we truly need for the economic future of our country. So this is what I'm doing. About 4 years ago, with the support of my administration at SAGE, we chose to pull French out of the regular K-5 specials rotation with art and PE. The regular rotation of 1 hour a week for kindergarten all the way through 5th grade, and recreate a schedule that was developmentally more appropriate for the kids as they moved from kindergarten through 5th grade. So now I divide my schedule into thirds. And it looks like this. The first third of my day consists of classroom visits to kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. My visits are once a week, right? And I go into each of the classrooms and we spend 15 to 20 minutes together. We do circle time. We sing songs. We play games. We do lots of actions, interactive, and through that model, the students learn counting and calendar and front load a lot of vocabulary and an ear for the language. Everything that I teach, I have on my website. So then that model makes it actually easy and enjoyable for the classroom teachers to learn with the students, and then they recycle that learning into their own daily classroom routines. I happened to come in the other day when Miss Avila was with her kindergarten and they were doing calendar together. So they were counting in French and singing the Days of the Week song in French, and developmentally this model is really effective for the little ones. Then with my 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, they come to me once a week for an hour, and I have moved toward a rotation station model with them that combined with 4-step inquiry cycle that focuses on mastery. And this allows students to choose differentiated skills and to forge their own personal learning paths in French. Like I said, I use a mastery-focused inquiry cycle, and it starts, and let me show you what that looks like. So step 1 of the cycle is choosing a skill. In their French notebooks, the students have materials, and they have the skill sheets for 3 of our current themes. The 3 themes currently that they are working in are calendar, school, and celebrations. And in each of the 3 themes, there is a skill sheet. The skills focus on mastery and demonstrating something that the students have to demonstrate in order to prove that they have mastered that skill, whether it's singing a song or playing a game that incorporates particular language structures. And the skills are not organized they're not organized according to grade level. They're organized more like floors in a building. So the ground floor skills, the rez-de-chaussée skills, prepare students for the first floor skills, which build to the second floor skills, and so on, all the way to the sixth floor skills. So in step 1, they choose 1 or 2 skills in each of the themes that they want to focus on. Then, so they keep their French folders here, and they can access those skills in their skill sheets at any time. And then during their Chromebook time, which is about 15 minutes of the hour-long class, they go to my website, and it's k5french.sageinternationalschool.org. They go to my website, and they can go directly to the theme and to the floor and find resources and tutorials that give them a vision and an understanding of what that skill is supposed to look like when they demonstrate it. So that's what they're doing here. Now, this is my website, k5french.sageinternationalschool.org, and rather than give you a tour right now, I created a tutorial with one of the 5th graders, and we tour the site with you and show you how the students use that site to forge their own personal learning paths. So I will let you look at that tutorial on your own time. So then students get a vision for what that skill is supposed to look like. The website is a collaborative site, and I actually I have students work with me on the tutorials. For example, here I created a video of a counting video with my daughter Claire, actually. And in that tutorial, I give all the tips and tricks and everything that I would speak to the student about if they were, face to face across from me. And I also have engineered the videos so that I invite students to participate with me. It's not just a static thing. So the students are invited, and they get an understanding for what the skill is supposed to look like. Here's another student who wanted to be able to learn all 3 verses of the Halloween song. So I pulled him in on a Friday, because we don't have school on Fridays, and together we did all 3 verses with the sign language that I use to teach, and now he's on the website as well. So it's a collaborative effort for our K-5 student body. And so then once students have an understanding of what that skill is supposed to look like, then when they transition over to here, they can choose activities and practice those skills with other students who are working on the same skills. And during that time also, I am meeting one-on-one or in small groups with students to give feedback, and this is my assessment time as well. So I have that feedback and assessment time with students during class time, and I also have an additional time. The third of my schedule consists of classroom visits to 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. So I go to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade classrooms. I have a regular rotation that I go through, and I meet with students in small groups for 7 to 10 minute periods, and we practice together. I give them feedback, and this is also assessment time. So then, over time, the student's skill sheet starts to look like this. If once students show mastery on a skill, I date when they did that. They get a star for that skill. Once they master the skills on a floor, then they level up and they choose a special sticker to recognize that leveling up. When students begin to want to write that language, then when they show mastery in writing of a particular skill, then that's what these emoji stickers recognize. And once they know how to write a few things, then they use that language to start doing creative pieces. And that's what this special stamp recognizes. So then, in a glance, students can show their parents during parent-teacher conferences and open house days. They can show their parents at a glance what they know how to do in French. And all of this, along with the documentation and the artifacts, are in their French folders to show and be proud of with their parents. So that's my model. I encourage you to go to my website and look it up, look at it, and I hope that it spurs some thought for you, and I hope that it gives you some inspiration for things that you can do in your own program. I have one more thing to show you. So I'm always thinking about how to improve, right? My website, my program is always going to be evolving. And so I'm always doing further research. I'm always studying more. I'm a lifelong learner as far as this is concerned. And I recently started a new graduate program offered by Boise State University. This is a brand new graduate program in computer-assisted language learning CALL with a foreign language focus. Kelly Arispe, who I presented with at ACTFL, is the lead teacher for this program. And I just wanted to share it with you as something that if you are a teacher thinking about how you can use technology to give kids more agency in their learning, this might be something that you want to look into. I personally, when I took the very first class offered this last summer, the class laid the foundation of research for second language acquisition theory, so that we could start to think about our own research and place it against the background of what has already been done before. And it was really revolutionary for me. So it's something to think about. And I want to thank you very much for joining me here today. And I wish you inspiration and practical insight for your own programs. Thank you very much.